Affirmation. A solemn and formal declaration in place of an oath, usually taken to avoid the religious implications of an oath. Page 122. Cognitive interviewing. A method of interviewing that tries to recreate the event, either physically or psychologically, to enhance memory recall. Page 127. Custody. The state of being deprived of freedom in a significant way, such as being handcuffed or otherwise restricted in movement so that one is not free to leave. Page 134. Interrogation. Questioning initiated by law enforcement that is directly or indirectly intended to elicit an incriminating response from a person who has been detained and is no longer free to leave. Page 133. Interview. A conversation with a person who has knowledge of an event or an individual. It is not an arrest situation, and the person is free to leave. Page 122. Jargon. Vocabulary used in the profession that has meaning only to the people who work in that particular field or profession. Page 149. Minimal encouragers. Brief statements or nonverbal gestures like nodding that indicate that you heard what the interviewee said and want to hear more. Page 127. Mirroring. Appropriately matching another person's speech patterns, gestures, body language, mannerisms, or posture to show effective listening. Page 127. Narrative. A detailed account of an incident and events related to the incident, normally written in complete sentences and detailing a sequence of events. Page 147. Oath. A solemn and formal promise to tell the truth regarding what one says or intends to do, often invoking God as a witness. Page 122. Report. A written document that gives information about an event, situation, occurrence, or incidents. Page 137. Sentence fragment. A group of words that lacks a subject, verb, or object when one is needed, or fails to express a complete thought. Page 141. Slang. Informal, non-standard words often used by regional or specific groups. Page 149. Statement. A person's permanent oral or written record that explains an incident. Page 122. Sworn statement. Written or oral facts provided under oath or with the penalty of perjury. Page 129. Text speak. Language originating from text messages and digital communications consisting of abbreviations, acronyms, or initials that do not follow standard grammar, spelling, or punctuation rules. Page 149.